The question of nature or nurture is an age-old debate among philosophers, scientists, and psychologists. The debate calls into question whether it's our biological makeup and genes that make us who we are, or whether it's the external environment in which we are raised that shapes us. Philosophers as early as Aristotle and Plato have tried to identify the motivating factors behind human behavior. Aristotle argued that humans were born as blank slates. He believed people were shaped by and gained all the knowledge they knew from personal experience. Alternatively, Plato believed all humans were born with an innate knowledge and that their environments merely reminded them of what they already carried inside. The goal of this year's Nature and Nurture Film Festival is to shed light on the various sides of the debate and showcase the work of directors who have offered their interpretation of the question. Dogtooth considers the perspective of children and adults and fuels the nature and nurture debate by positing that they are closely interlinked. The children in this film abide by their nurture, obeying their parents' rules. This is reflected in the unconventional tasks they carry out, such as the son's willingness to have sex with a woman of his father's choosing, or the children's carefulness not to step foot over the driveway. So why is it that one of the sisters steals a slice of cake when no one is looking? And why is it that the other sister watches tape she knows she shouldn't? Clearly they were never taught such behavior. Could it be that nature overrides nurture? Mommy is an emotionally charged film that focuses on the experience of the parent and the child. The film fits this year's theme because it depicts a brief but volatile chapter in the life of a child with ADHD and violent tendencies. It is made clear that neither of Kevin's parents were particularly violent themselves, which suggests that his upbringing, the nurture element, has not motivated his anger issues. Instead, it is suggested that perhaps genetics are the root cause of his troubles. Heavenly Creatures examines the perspective of the adults and children and portrays the delicate balance between nature and nurture. The impact of nature is represented through the girls' homosexual feelings towards each other, whereas the impact of nurture is shown for Juliet's severe separation anxiety, a direct result of her parents' choice to abandon her for years during her childhood. When the two girls plan to kill Pauline's mother in order to start a new life together, we are asked to consider whether the girls choose to act as a result of the pressure of the situation, or whether they both inherited some type of murderous instinct at birth. The 400 Blows focuses on the experiences of Antoine and his best friend who are constantly lying, plotting and scheming. This film asks us to question many areas of the nature and nurture debate. We wonder, is he just bad-natured or is he badly behaved because everybody gives him a hard time? Is he a pathological liar by nature, or does he lie because he lacks stability and love? His teacher suggests that it's in his nature when he offers, maybe it's in his glands. Yet we also see Antoine correct his behavior immediately after his mother shows him kindness, suggesting the impact of nurture. Tokyo Story places the main accent on the perspective of elderly parents. The elderly couple live with one of their two daughters who cares deeply for them. They venture out to Tokyo to visit their other children who by contrast have little time for them. Their other daughter in particular expresses her disregard for them, exclaiming to her husband, "Don't worry about them, such things are wasted on them." This raises the question, why are the two children so cold to their parents when their other daughter is so kind? Is it simply who they are as people, or is it their differing environments that have made them this way? The Virgin Suicides places the main accent on their perspective of adolescence and tells a shocking tale of the 5 Lisbon sisters. Director Sofia Coppola forces audiences to examine the nature and nurture question when all 5 sisters commit suicide. Was there something innate within all of the sisters that would have driven them to suicide regardless of their circumstances, or did it have more to do with the oppressive and miserable last few weeks of their lives? Carrie 2 focuses on the adolescent experience, and Carrie White is a true product of nature and nurture. It is Carrie's gift of telekinesis that represents her nature, and it is clear that her mother's lack of healthy nurturing has turned Carrie into a socially withdrawn and socially outcasted character. Her mother's deep-rooted antipathy towards men and sex dictates Carrie's body image and her behavior around boys. Audiences are shown the potential of a more caring type of nurture, which is provided to her by a kind teacher. Their brief interactions show a tremendous change in Carrie's confidence, posture, and behavior. How might Carrie have turned out if she had a mother like Miss Collins? Frankenstein considers the perspective of the creator and the creation. Dr. Frankenstein uses various corpses to create a new man, but unknowingly uses an abnormal brain to fuel his experiment. After its creation, the monster was mistreated and demonstrated his violence throughout the city. The film asks its audience to consider whether his violence should be attributed to nature or nurture. In favor of nature lies the fact that the monster suffers from scattered genetics, yet in favor of nurture lies the fact that he was neglected by his own creator. Whichever side the audience takes, this film makes it clear that both nature and nurture are stacked against the monster. The Apple portrays the debate from the perspective of the father. This docudrama explores the lives of 2 sisters who have been locked inside their house since birth. As a result of their isolation, both sisters are mentally underdeveloped and can hardly speak or walk correctly. The Apple thus showcases the consequences of abusive paternalism and focuses on the impact of nurture. Still, it brings up the complex interplay of nature and nurture when the children's father exclaims, "Even when I let them out to get some fresh air, they come back. They lock themselves in." Their caseworker replies, "You taught them to." Like Father, Like Son depicts a situation in which two families must literally choose between nature and nurture when they find out their sons have been swapped at birth. The film relays both sides of the debate and opens with a man asking Keita's father, "Whom do you think Keita resembles most?" He replies, "It'd seem to be my wife for her mild temper and kindness to others," suggesting that people can inherit behaviour through nurture. Keita's grandmother also touches upon the importance of nurture, offering, "What really matters is who brings you up." Keita's grandfather instead focuses on nature, stating one's children are like one, even if not living together. Keita's father shares similar views and exclaims, "Now I understand," as if to say that nature explains everything. It is our hope that the variety of films chosen for this year's Nature and Nurture program will stimulate discussions, provide thought-provoking narratives, and challenge the preconceived notions of our audiences.